Ewan Mackenzie started this festival with Ian Date. He ran it for 12 years, and he decided to step down this year, and he asked me to do it. And so I've taken it on since April.
Okay, since April you're trying to put the festival together. When is the festival taking place?
It's in November of every year. In November, it's on the last weekend of November.
Every year, last weekend of November. Where exactly?
It's at the Brisbane Jazz Club, which is in a place called. It's in Brisbane, but it's on the river.
And how many days is it?
It goes for 4 days. So we've had overseas players like we've had Robin Nolan, Lulu Reinhardt, Lolo Meyer, Hank Marvin, and Ian Date comes every year in headlines. He's the patron, and other well-known Australian players like George Washing Machine, John Delaney's involved every year in various guises. Ewan Mackenzie, another great Australian player, traditionally plays every year in one of his bands.
So what do you have? What is the kind of program that you have?
At the moment, we have an overseas headline act, and then Australian bands, and then usually the headliner would do workshops, or other instrumentalists would do a workshop.
Okay.
So there's a Thursday night, a Friday night, workshops on Saturday night gig, a breakfast.
Nice.
And an evening gig on the Sunday.
And the breakfast is for participants of the workshops? Or
no,
for
it's just a concert.
It's a breakfast concert.
And during the day we jam in the club by the river.
Yeah.
So Gypsy jazz and rivers go together, I think.
How's the temperature at that time?
It's hot and humid.
Hot and humid, okay.
Guitars, In my daily life, I tutor children in guitar from 8 till about 12, and then I have 2 gypsy jazz bands that I play in. I live in Sydney, which sort of southwest of Sydney at the moment.
Okay.
It's about 45 minutes to an hour away from the city.
Is gypsy jazz a big thing in Australia?
It's kind of a small community, yeah. There's maybe 3 or 4 bands.
Okay.
Maybe more.
In the entire continent?
Well, in Sydney, there are more.
In Sydney.
There are more in Melbourne and Brisbane.
Okay.
There's some musicians in Tasmania and everywhere, Adelaide, Perth. If anyone would like to sponsor the festival, it's Australia's only Gypsy Jazz Festival. If you're a business or an individual person who would like to make a donation or would like to participate in running the festival, in helping getting government grants or anything like that in particular, info@ozmanouche.com.
Ozmanouche?
Ozmanouche, O-Z, Manouche.
O-Z, Manouche.
Yeah, I play, from playing from the age of 13. And I did some sort of after community kind of college type thing, which I did it at a place called the Conservatorium of Music, which is like the major jazz school, but it was like outside of that, so it was for the general community to learn how to play jazz.
Ah, okay.
And because I worked full time as a locksmith,
oh, yeah.
making keys, opening safes, picking locks.
So you were a thief, basically.
I could do.
You were trained to be a thief, but you decided to.
I used my
to have an honest life.
Force of good and not evil. And I did that outside of my work, so I did that on Saturdays for about 6 years.
What did you do on Saturdays? Sorry.
I did these courses at
the courses in music on Saturdays.
Everything from improvisation to ear training, basic arranging, and having different rock bands and jazz bands, and working my way up.
Yeah. So what is the style that you prefer to play?
Gypsy swing.
Gypsy swing. Because you're very good at the jazzy things.
Yeah, I was playing at a singer's workshop for about 12 years. It's probably my main...
12 years, okay.
I would say that's my main grounding, along with the theory that I got from private lessons and through these courses that I was doing, this community college type thing. And basically every Tuesday night for 12 years I was there and playing with older musicians that would hold me to a standard and make me... And we read chord charts and try and back singers up. And so... I don't know, I'm more of a rhythm guitar player. I've come up through the ranks of, sitting next to a snare and hi-hat player and learning, and then slowly I'm getting my lead guitar business together.
Yeah, you play beautiful. Yeah, I like it.
But that's helped. The rhythm guitar has helped me play with other people because, so other people can do their thing, they need someone to be solid. So I'm like trying to be solid and work with the bass player. I try.
Can you mention a few?
Well, there's the Date brothers, featuring Ian Date, who lives in Ireland but is Australian. There's George Washing Machine, and he has a band called Phil the Noosh. He's a regular visitor to Europe. There's John's bands, Furbelows, Ultrafox. I think he's got his own trio, John Delaney trio. There's Ewan Mackenzie and Swing Dynamic. It's a band from Tasmania, Harry Edwards trio. There's a band from Perth, Sassafras, I think they're called, Sassafras. And there's Francis Deshenko. He lives in Alice Springs, so actually Darwin, which is in the
all good musicians,
all great musicians.
Well, Australia is also a big continent.
It's a big continent, yeah. But it's a very small community, even though we all banter together on Facebook. But if you're interested, I'm going to start putting up Australian Gypsy Jazz albums on the Osmanoosh website.